Well, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Saturday, April 8th. If you are live, if you're on YouTube, it's whatever day you're watching. But welcome to the next hour of Moving Easy. Just to let you know, we're going to work on ankles and feet today. So if you have a therapy ball or a thick rubber ball, and if you have a half round or a brick would work. So, and any other props that you choose to use, possibly a strap. I don't know if we'll get to that point or not. So those are your props. And we're going to go ahead and start the way we normally do, with our legs up on a chair. So I just want to explain a couple of things. You want to make sure that your calves, your lower legs are up on the chair. Your hips are a little bit away from the chair, so your hips are neutral. Your arms can be wherever they're most comfortable, something under your head, a pile of washcloths or a very flat pillow, or however much support you need. You want to just breathe normally and bring yourself into this space. This is how we start our practice. So it's going to be 7 minutes. And starting now. Okay, time is up. Now stay where you are and roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth. That's just to stretch your chin out. And slowly move your head to the right and left 5 or 6 times. And finish up. The next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. Your head is facing forward and just your eyes move. So you start by, excuse me, the thought of it makes me yawn. So you start by just moving your eyes to the right. You're trying to activate the vagus nerve that comes down the side of your skull. And you move your eyes to the right. Wait for a sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. And then once you've done that, excuse me, look straight ahead again, and then move just your eyes to the left and wait for that sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. And once you've done that, I want you to do 2 more on each side without my cueing. I'll give you a couple of minutes. This is to activate the vagus nerve, again, which runs down each side of your skull. I sometimes do this when I can't sleep at night. It's a way of resetting your whole body. Okay, finish up. Also makes my eyes water. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. Now you can stay where you are, or you can sit up. It's your choice. You can keep what you have behind your head or put something else back there. Set of therapy balls or a sponge ball. And what we're doing is we're pressing the occipital ridge, that bony part between your ears that runs along your scalp line, away from the body. We're reversing what we do when we look down at our phones, our tablets, our books, our desk. We look down a lot. So we're reversing that on our neck. So what you do is you press that occipital ridge away from your body. If you're on the floor, if you're on your mat, it's towards the floor. If you're sitting up, it's towards the wall. Hold it and then release. We'll do this 3 more times. Press. Your chin will tuck, but it's not a chin tuck. Hold and release. Press. Hold and release. One last one. Press. Hold and release. I like doing this. I look down at my phone all the time. Okay. Now, the breathing exercise we're doing is one of my favorites, square breathing. And again, if you're sitting up, you can do this breathing exercise sitting up. If you're still prone or supine, it's basically in 4 parts. You inhale for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and then hold for 4. It's another trick that I use if I can't sleep at night or I've woken up and I have trouble getting back to sleep, to relax the body. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Now, the next thing we're doing is that new thing that Via's been doing, the vacuum. You can leave your legs up on the chair if you like. I do recommend if you're sitting up to be lying down for this. I'm going to go ahead and move my chair. It's up to you whether you do that or not. So basically what we're doing is we're going to take just a couple of breaths and then we're going to exhale. And what you do is you press your belly button towards the floor, flatten your back against the mat, and then hold it for a count of 10 and then release. So we'll do this about 3 times. So take a breath and exhale. Press that belly button down, flatten your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. Take a break breath, a normal one. Now take another inhale and exhale all the way out. Press that belly button down, flatten your back. Don't need to put your hands up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, exhale. Okay, we'll do this one more time. Take an inhale and exhale all the way out. Empty your lungs. Press your belly button, flatten your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. Okay. I kind of like those. Let's go up to a sitting position. Take your time. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do. We're going to start with the side bend with the lat stretch. So right hand goes along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Just be aware of where you're feeling this. Now lower your upper arm till it's parallel to the floor. You might feel a different stretch under your arm, down your back. All right, arm up, torso up. Other side. Left arm along the mat. Other arm up and over. Keep both sits bones on the floor. And down comes that arm, the upper arm till it's parallel. You could feel a different stretch. I feel it all the way down to my hip. Okay, arm up, torso up. Good job. Now we'll do the spine rotation. Setting my timer again. So left hand on right knee, your right arm's behind you with spider fingers. Rotate your spine. Now you want to keep your back straight. You want to have good posture. You want to keep having good posture. You have options. You can move your head back and forth. You can move your rib cage back and forth. You can do both, but not at the same time. Or you can just enjoy the stretch and just be aware of where you're feeling this in your body. It's a nice, nice rotation. Okay, come on around. We're going to do the other side. Right hand on left hip. Left arm's behind you. Fingertips, spider fingers. Rotate. Remember your options. I like this rotation. I can feel it all the way up my back. Okay, come on around. Let's go ahead and switch our feet. If you've had them in one position for too long. The third movement in this triplet is a torso movement. So hands behind your ears. Now, my hands are jazz hands. So go back to the 80s. And I've just got them behind my head. So elbows up, hands behind your ears, and torso circles. So you can make this circle as big or as small as feels good for you. We're just going to go in one direction 4 or 5 times and then the other. Keep your back straight. Try to keep your head up. Now reverse direction. Two more. One more. Okay, arms down. Good job. All right. Now, go ahead and grab your chair again. We're going to be doing some things sitting in the chair. So, and if you're like me and you have short legs, you might want to put something under your feet. I have a little block I use. Let me get my production going correctly here. I need a production assistant. That's what I need. Okay. So we're going to start by sitting in good posture in the chair. Notice I have a block under my feet because my feet don't touch the ground. And we're going to pull your knee back, your right knee back, and then place that ankle on your opposite knee. We're going to start with ankle circles for 40 seconds. So just round and round we go. And where we stop, nobody knows. I'm going to go one direction and then the other. So go ahead and switch direction. Okay. Now the next movement is point and flex, point and flex. So you point your foot and then flex it. And just keep doing that. You should, well, just be aware of where you feel this, but your ankle, your calf is where you should feel it, or not. Point and flex, point and flex. Okay. And then we're doing the toe handshake. We're all familiar with this. You take your fingers in between your toes. You have to kind of work them in there. And just roll your foot around. I know people who don't like things going in between their toes, but actually it's really healthy to separate your toes. And there's actually 4 things in this triplet. I guess I can't call it a triplet. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is you take each toe and you gently rotate it back and forth, not real hard, but just like you're stirring, kind of. Take each toe and just sort of just work it a little back and forth. We tend to ignore our toes and our feet, but we depend a lot on them. So you take each toe and just kind of rotate it in a circle. Okay. Now go ahead and put that foot down. And just for a moment, see if you can tell the difference between how your feet feel. I know this foot feels energized. So now we got to do this foot. So you pull your knee back first and then put your ankle on your opposite knee. We're going to start by doing ankle circles. We're going to switch direction in just a minute here. Okay, the other way. I don't know about you, but my feet get cold very easily. And I find when I do things like this to help the circulation, they don't get cold so easily. Okay. Now we're going to point and flex the foot. So point and flex, point, flex. All righty. Now the toe handshake. So here we go, putting our fingers in between our toes and just separating them. And I like to move my foot around when I do that. Okay. Now the next thing we're doing is the rotating each toe. So start with your big toe. Just move it around in the joint gently. And then go to your next toe. And the next toe. I'm just moving it around in a circle. And the next toe. Next toe. And work your way on back. You know, I try to take care of my feet. We are on our feet so much, especially if we do a lot of walking. Yeah, it's really important to make sure everything's working okay. And back up. Okay. I'm going to scoot up a little closer to the camera for the next set so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to be doing, we did this before where I'm sitting on the front of the chair so my feet are flat. Extend your foot. Oops. There we go. Extend your foot and go back and forth. This is really good for your ankle. Now move your foot out. Leave your heel where it is. Move your toes out, I guess I should say, and do the same thing. Your knee's going to move, but the flexion is actually in your ankle. Okay. Now move your foot in. Leave your heel where it is. We do the same thing. Side to side. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, only with our toes up. So we start straight ahead. Get my timer. Toes up, side to side. I think you can hear my chair creaking. That's new. Okay, now foot off to the right, toes up. It's going to be a little harder. Maybe make the movement smaller. Okay, now move your foot in. Same movement, side to side. This is something you can do while you're watching TV. or sitting in a meeting, a Zoom meeting, nobody's going to see what you're doing with your feet.
Kathy, I wanted to say I've added something to this while I'm seated to make my posture, help my posture be erect, is I put my hands either on the chair behind me or on the back of the chair to keep my chest high. It just
Good idea.
a postural alignment, a reminder
Yes.
for it while you're doing the ankles.
Yeah, good idea, Via. Yes.
That's what I'm teaching now.
You want to always make sure you sit up straight, but it's easy to slouch when you're doing something like this. So yeah, very good, Via. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, the third is toes in. This is the hardest one. So side to side and hang on to the chair or the back of the chair, or you could even put your hands behind you to make sure that your back is straight. Behind at your waist. Yeah, I have a tendency since I'm looking down to slouch. Okay. Now to the right. Toes curled under. This is a little bit more difficult, but good for your feet. Okay, now inward, the hardest one for me. Side to side, toes curled under. Okay. Now let's just give your foot a little bit of a rest. Now, just for a second, compare that foot to the one that we haven't moved yet. To me, it just feels like the circulation is all over this foot. So let's do our left foot. So we start with just foot flat, side to side. A squeaky bed. Okay. And now just your foot out. Keep your heel where it is. Out to the left, side to side. now toes up. Oops, hold on, I gotta set my timer. Toes up, forward, side to side.
Did you skip the inside one on the,
I probably did. Okay, flat toe on the inside. Sorry, I was messing with my timer. You're right. I probably did. Okay, inside flat foot. Yes.
I'm telling you, because when I teach, I hope someone will tell me.
And you know I will, Via. So yeah, we look out for each other. We got to cover all the bases here. Okay, now toes up. Oh, lost my timer again. Toes up, back and forth. Foot is forward. Now, foot off to the left, toes up, side to side. Okay, now foot in, toes up, side to side. Okay, now toes curled under, side to side. And my foot is cramping. You keep going. Side to side. Okay, and now foot out, toes curled in, side to side. Okay, and last one. Foot turned in, toes turned in, side to side. Okay. All right, let's give that foot a little stretch. And let's walk around for just a minute, see how our feet feel. While you're doing that, let's go ahead and set up for ankle stretches with the half round or brick. I think you can see it better if I do this. Okay. So we've got our chair to hang on to and our half round. So go ahead and put your foot straight ahead on the half round. And we're going to, we'll do a 20-second, hold on. Maybe a little longer on this side. So you're stretching your ankle, your knee is going to follow. It's not a very long stretch, but you should feel it up in your calf, possibly up in your hamstring. Just lean forward, pressing forward. Okay, now lean the same way, only to the left. It's even more subtle. So we're stretching our ankle to our left just a little bit. Okay. And now to the right, it's going to be even less. Just a little bit. You should just feel a little bit of tension there. And press. Okay. Yeah, getting close to the end. Okay. So go ahead and do it on the left foot. So it starts by going straight ahead. This is where I feel the most stretch for me. I feel it in my calf, a little bit in my hamstring, and in my ankle. So you're just moving forward gently. We don't want to hurt ourselves. And now move inside to your right. In this case, if it's your left foot, just a little bit. It's very subtle. It's more like a stretch in the ankle, but the knee follows. And I'm only moving this foot so you can see it. And now to the left. Again, it's very subtle. We don't want to twist our ankle. We just want to stretch it. Okay. Good job. All right. So the next thing we're going to do are ankle lifts, or heel lifts, I guess you call them. So you do want to hang on to a chair or a wall or a bookcase, something solid. And we're just going to go up and down and up and down. Now, if you have a therapy ball, you want to put it as far back on your foot as possible, behind your ankle, and hold it with your other foot. That way you have some resistance there. Up and down, and up and down. Excuse me, up and down. Okay, two more. Up and down and up and down. All right. So that is it for today. Let's go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. Find a comfortable position. You can be lying down, you can be sitting, whatever works for you. Make sure that you are comfortable, warm enough, or cool enough, as the case may be. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation, which will work on your nervous system. You might want to cover your eyes. Just make sure you're in a very comfortable position. Knees can be up, knees can be straight. Allow your awareness to flow to the points that I mentioned without moving them. Excuse me, begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, your right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Stretch your arms above your head. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way and then the other. Stretch one side and then the other, and then both. Now bring your right knee up to your chest and hold it for just a second. Thank you, knee, for holding me up. And straighten that leg out. And bring your left knee up to your chest and hold it. Thank you, knee. I appreciate you. And straighten that. Now both legs and hold them to your chest and rock back and forth. If you do it slowly, it feels like a massage. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll towards the camera using your lower arm as a pillow. This is our moment of gratitude. We're going to take a minute here just to rest and to be grateful for what we have, the ability to move, the opportunity to move, the fact that we did move today, even though it was mostly in our feet. I know my feet feel better. I don't know about you, but I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the chance to move with you. So let's just appreciate ourselves for a moment and the fact that we did something for ourselves today. Now, when you're ready, come on up to a sitting position, whatever is comfortable for you. You might want to change your view to gallery and unmute yourself. I'm going to remove my spotlight. Hands to our heart. I know we didn't do any arm or shoulder work this time, but let's go ahead and press just for a moment, real hard, and then soften. And we'll go ahead and end the class by saying namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, that's one of my favorite. Those ankle work. That ankle work is one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's good. I've been on my feet a lot, so